You got whales gobbling it up like absolute crazy. In fact, I'm going to tag an article in here where it's talking about corporations are coming into this space and big time. Guys, you cannot listen to the nonsense and, this puppet show that we're watching over here in Congress and miss out on what's really going on behind the scenes. This over here, as far as I'm concerned, is nothing but an utter distraction. It's an absolute show in comparison to what we know is going on behind the scenes. The ones that are really pulling strings, that really actually have power over how this wide world works. If you think it's these guys sitting up there on the hill, you got another thing coming. They all dance to somebody else's tune, guys. We know that's for a fact. And they all know it because, of course, who signs the checks for all their campaigns? Bingo! You got it. A lot of these politicians, they have been bought and they are paid for. That is my personal opinion. Now, I don't actually support either party hardcore that way. I'm a libertarian. I probably do kind of lean more towards, having less government intervention and all that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't go with all this crowd that wants big time oversight, big time government, big time this, big time that. Why? Because I believe in your liberty and mine. Look, are we kindergartners? Do we really need the likes of Elizabeth Warren out there telling you and I, what we can buy, what we can't buy? Because, of course, we can't make any decisions for yourself, don't you know? And yet she's out there literally saying that you and I, because we're in this digital asset space, we got to be either tax cheaters or fraudsters. Come on, that is obscene. But that's the kind of stuff that gets said. I mean, she sat there with Gary Gensler and they played nothing but a puppet show when he was there before the Senate Banking Committee, and she's asking the questions, he's giving the answers, but they rehearsed the whole thing beforehand. Utter shame. Both of them should have resigned their position because they betrayed their oath of office right there. But they want us to actually, they want to pretend like we're just stupid idiots out here and have no clue whatsoever of the character that they're actually displaying. Guys, if you and I did that in our careers, we would be done. Our credibility would be finished. We'd be out the door and it would be over. But with these guys, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. That's what's going on. Don't blink, because I'll tell you what, it could fire off in the reverse in just a second. I mean, do you think that XRP, we're struggling there, guys, for a long time at what, 220? Here we are, $2.90. Now, maybe we've even retraced a little more, $2.80 some cents. But the thing is, from where we were, that is absolutely phenomenal. And where we're going, guys, Judy and I watched it tinker along like this, the way that we have seen. And then all of a sudden, boof. Many of you have seen it yourself, didn't you? I mean, before the president got elected, XRP was just dinkering along just like this, around that 40, 50 cent range. And then all of a sudden, woof, just like that, way up there, 400% gains. That is legendary. By the way, when you think of a traditional market, legendary. If you get 20, 30% in a traditional market, are you ever doing good? And here you got like 400%, and we aren't even close to being finished. Like that right there tells me everything that I need to know, guys. In sentiment-wise, it feels exactly like it did way back when we were getting in there and we were ready to see this thing move. I'm telling you, does it ever feel just like it felt like then? You can almost taste it in the atmosphere, and it feels like it could be any moment at all.